He rode through empty wasteland, no sign of life around. Just wind against his leather coat and silence all he found. Then out of nowhere, lantern fire split the black. Its glow a sudden promise on a road with no track. He eased the plank aside with care and stepped into the room. The saloon bell rang in his ears as candlelight dispelled the gloom. He paused beneath the lantern's glow and scanned the shadowed room. A gambler's poker face half hid by a brim of dusty plume. A widow at the far end bar, her hand upon a glass. She stared like every sorrow that had ever come to pass. A gunslinger loomed in corner side, his eyes as dead as desert dust. His glare denied all mercy. The drifter knew this was a man he couldn't trust. He strode across the sawdust floor toward the heavy bar. He settled on a weathered stool, his senses drifting far. Welcome, friend, rasped the barkeep, draw that bar stool close to me. This house holds every sinner's tale, no saints among this lot you'll see. We carried burdens never eased, regrets that will not die. They drift through every corner with a never-ending sigh. So empty out your haunted mind and join this ghostly cheer. Let every gulp of whiskey chase away your darkest fears. He lifted his tumbler and scanned the bar, patrons lost in thought. Then caught the gambler's haunted stare at fortunes he had sought. He walked in with an empty hand, no coin to call his own. By noon his fist was full of chips, his luck had surely grown. He raked the pile with fevered smile, each chip a rising tide. He tasted victory's warm breath while night crept in outside. Every ace he drew felt like promise resting in his hand. Each chip he laid became a pact he barely understood or planned. But Lady Luck's a whore who trades in smiles to draw you near, then snatches up your final coin with crooked mocking cheer. When you gamble with the devil, you never walk away. He takes the crown of your desires and leaves you where you lay. In the flicker of the lamplight, your soul is all he needs, and the echo of your winnings fades into his creed. He watched his coat rip clean away, it seems undone by chance, then felt his pouch turn empty air, each coin lost in the dance. He staked his spurs and battered boots, each turn piling his debt. He wagered saddle and bridle too, then rued each loss with sweat. pleading prayer upon the devil's side. He laid his final promise down beneath the lantern's glare, then signed away his very soul, no hope of earthly care. He paid the toll no mortal should have cause to heed, and watched his spirit slip away, his life a ghost of greed. When you dance with darkest angels, there's no forgiving dawn. All the gold you claimed as triumph is tarnished, cold and gone. In the hush beneath the lantern, regret becomes your king. His pockets drained and bare, the only prize he carried forth was an endless hollow stare. Set his glass back on the bar and watched the shadows part, where a widow nursed her whiskey, her sorrow carved into her heart.
She knelt beside the heart's cold ash, her tears an endless tide. Each token of her yesterdays lay shattered at her side. She pawned the cords of velvet lace to drown the hollow cries, and watched her final keepsakes go tween sorrowed lullabies. Her mirror shows a hollow face whose grief won't ever cease. A ghost of self-pity wanders on, denied every chance of peace. She once believed in forever, in vows she could not break, but death stole him like a silent thief and left her heart to ache. Now every drink revives the grief that shadows every day. Her tears have bound her spirit tight, there's no escape away. She lifts the glass and whispers to the stillness of the room, return to me, my love, dispel this endless doom. Her plea drifts out on whiskey fumes, unheard and all but gone. The silent walls hold only grief till breaking of the dawn. chair and sees his fading ghost. In candles' dying ember glow, her heart remains the host. She breathes the heavy silence, her voice a final sigh, and settles back into the dark to let her sorrow cry.
Scanned each timbered span to where the gunslinger stood alone, a dark and deadly man.
He lives and dies by iron law, no plea can change his hand. Each bullet sings the only truth he'll ever understand. Mercy hides beyond his sight, a choice he'll never make. And every trigger that he pulls sends death for death's own sake. He drew his first cold iron when his brother's blood was spilled, and swore that day his heart and hate would evermore be filled. He hunted down each outlaw's trace beneath the blood-red moon, and swore no sinner'd walk away to mock him twice too soon. Now every step he carves in dust is fueled by hate's keen blade, a savage hymn in thundered shots his mercy long since strayed. In the crossfire of vengeance, his heart became the foe. No tears fall for the fallen, only ash where blood once flowed. His wrath rides every hollow wind, a storm that never wanes, and every soul that hears his name feels only searing pain. He stalked his quarry across the plains with fury in his gaze, and every step was paved with rage that hardened all his ways. He carved a path of broken vows where justice bowed to hate, and left behind the silent bones of those who met their fate. Now ghostly shadows trail his boots, no rest to still his mind. A man of iron and bloodied hand, lost long before his time. An outlaw to his door by moonlight's pallid glow, and forced him kneel to watch the blood of kin he'd never know. He raised his cold against his young boy, no prayer could halt the scream, then made him watch her body hit the dust, her spirit crushed in that final scream. Each road he rides is paved with ghosts of laughter torn away. Their dying echoes drive him on, no rest until his day. He holstered up his empty gun, a shadow for a friend. No light will pierce the doom he rides, his soul
last took flight to a man whose vows once saved souls, now lost in drunken blight.
He rose each dawn in chapel hazy, his vestments frayed and worn. Scripture slips from shaking grass before the coming morn. He traded hymns for whiskey swirls and blessings turned to shame. His gospel drowned beneath the roar of liquor's vicious flame. His collar loose, his eyes blood red, soul a silent roar. In hallowed hush he closed his heart to feel no light once more. He bowed in prayer but heard instead a flask's insistent chime. Each vow he spoke dissolved in drink, no faith survived the time. He raised the cup to cracked lips and watched his spirit sail. His pulpit filled with hollow words, his heart a living hell. He traded grace for amber fire, his blessing turned to blight. The sacred words he once inspired now tremble in the night. Each sermon spills a poison now, no soul to save or mend. He carries hell within his chest, his faith has reached its end. Depart in hush, their faith denied his plea. Day by day the empty seats became his only company. He sold the church's silver bowl to chase a darker high. No altar's light could guide him once the bottle caught his eye. His hands would tremble at the pour, his voice a hollow nail. Each gulp dissolved another piece of heaven he once felt. He whispered prayers through blurry eyes, but found no grace to claim. Each plea dissolved like whiskey haze, consumed by sinful flame. He sank upon the pulpit steps, repentant yet betrayed. And in the hollow ring of glass his fragile hope decayed. He traded grace for amber fire and consecrated shame. The hymns he preached now are hollow rings, no sinner speaks his name. Each trembling step his sermon leads through night's unholy sway. And in the glare of broken faith he kneels where saints decay. Sin, no light remains to guide him home, his soul can't gather in. The church bell tolls for lost remains, his fate is writ in fear. A drunk preacher wanders still, his
salvation ever near. He left the preacher in his wake and scanned the hollow crowd till he found a fugitive in shadow eyes hardened and unbowed. He walked into the saloon with the dust still on his boots. A marked soul stalked by bounties called across 100 routes. His brim cast half his face in shade, a crooked brand of sin. His voice a low and hollow growl that burrowed deep within. Each footfall struck like thunder's roar, menace on the ground, and every whisper stilled itself at the threat in every sound. He swore no plea could sway his cause, no oath could cage his soul. His legend burned in every town, a story dark and cold. He trusted only iron truth to seal his fate. Each shot he fired carved his name in hate. I haunt the edges of despair, where hope has breathed its last. My outlaw creed is cast in lead, no prayer can change my past. The wanted posters bear my face on every jailhouse gate, for I am legend born of blood, the outlaw's oath is fate. He slipped through canyon passes under moonlight's pale gleam. Each stagecoach he robbed paid toll to his ruthless dream. He emptied safes with shaking hands, his grin a blade of sin, and every stolen purse he held stoked fires deep within. He carved his name on whispered lips from Texas to the plains, a phantom born of greedy blood, unbound by earthly chains. He traded sisters' wedding band to feed another sin, and left his brother cursed and lost, forsaking bonds of kin. He gambled birthright dreams away on cards beneath dim light, then watched his family's ruin bloom in that unforgiving night. No blood runs thicker than the gold that stained his jagged grin. His heart lay cold as battered tin, no warmth could creep within. He raised his glass beneath the stars and tasted bitter truth, each drop a mirror to the sins he'd bartered for his youth. He felt the iron in his veins, his mercy long run dry, and watched his shadow trailing him beneath the ashen sky. I ride beneath the blackened sky, where hope has gone to die. My outlaw creed is cast in lead, no prayer can change
my past. The wanted posters bear my face on every jailhouse gate, for I am legend born of blood. The outlaw's oath is fate. He spurred his horse into the night, a fugitive alone, each mile a testament to sins that lie in every bone. His legend rides the wind and dust, a curse no pardon frees. The outlaw's oath still echoes out, no man will ever chain me.
He let the outlaw shadow pass and met the barkeeps where he stare. The lantern's glow revealed two souls bound by the weight they bear.
Now you've walked among the damned and heard their silent pleas. Their sorrow drips in every glass, no spirit finds release. Draw near and sip these honeyed lies, they'll quiet every cry. I'll watch your back till morning's light, where broken souls can lie. Sit here with broken company and let your burdens fade. In this saloon of the damned, your pain will find its shade. But turn around and chase the dawn, the world awaits your tread. Beyond these walls the sun still shines, there's life beyond the dead. Yet know that most who stay too long will never see the day. Their footprints pressed in sawdust deep, their shadows here to stay. Each cup you drain binds you more tight, a chain you'll never break. And in the end the night will claim the soul you cannot wake. I've watched the gambler gamble on till all his promise died. The widow's tears ran dry and left her spirit petrified. The gunslinger's iron heart corroded by his hate. The preacher's faith was drowned in swill and lapsed beyond debate. The outlaw carved his legend out in wounds no balm could heal. And everyone who lingered here became the pain they feel. So choose your fate, friend. Do you stay or ride into the sun? The bar is yours, the sin is mine. We're both already one. In this saloon of the damned, our stories intertwine. Take one last seat or ride away and leave the darkness behind.